Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We are in Nong Khai. We are in Isan, but we are quite a ways from where I live. We are right next to Laos. We will actually be able to see Laos from the place that I am about to take you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am so excited because it's morning. If you are like me, you go to sleep every night excited to wake up to eat breakfast. I can't wait to share this amazing Lao Thai breakfast with you this morning. Let's go. We are gonna have a local meal of fish, grilled fish, straight from the Mekong River. So we are going back. I rode this way earlier on my bike, and I hope she still has fish on the grill. When I passed, she had about a dozen, and the vibe was just perfect. Everything that I like, and yeah, I just gotta go with my feeling on this one, but I hope she still has fish left. Okay, yes. Yes. แสดงว่าขายดีครับขายดีจะหมดแล้วผมโชคดีรีบอาบน้ำแล้วก็กลับได้ค่ะโอเคขอบคุณมากครับไปไหนทีนี้จะไปไหนบึงกาฬเป็นที่สถานีที่ดังไม่เคยแวะไม่แวะผมชอบแบบนี้ครับแบบเมื่อเช้าที่ผมจอดคุยถ้ามีเพื่อนมาแล้วแวะก็พักที่หอได้นะคะมีห้องเช่าเนี่ยค่ะเข้าไปตรงนี้เข้าไปมีห้องเช่าค่ะรายเดือนเพื่อนสนิทผมอยู่เรนูนครผมเคยพักที่นู่นประมาณ2 เดือนแล้วก็ตอนนี้อยู่แต่พูดไทยเก่งมากเลยเนาะก็มาอยู่นี่กี่ปีอันนั้น11 ปีแล้วแล้วก็ไปจังหวัดต่างๆในภาคอีสานแต่ยังจำแถวนี้ได้เงียบสงบไม่มีที่อื่นสงบเท่านี้เห็นว่ามีสิ่งที่น่ากินมากๆครับ So when I was driving by I saw she has everything you need for the perfect breakfast when you have time to sit and enjoy a meal in a place like this. It is just amazing. So this is not a restaurant, this is just her house. And this is a very common thing to find in the smaller towns. I won't say village because this is not a village, it's bigger than a village. On a main road like this, a nice auntie with serious cooking skills like her, she will just make, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 sets of food and she will just sell it like this, right in front of her house. So we are gonna get a fish, we're gonna get some sour vegetables to go with it, and then of course, the secrets of this area, maybe of all of Isan, lie in these dips. I am just crazy for these dips and finding all the variations all over Isan. It literally gets me excited to get out of bed when I know there's a chance to learn about new things. So because I asked her the names of the dishes already, I know that we are in for a treat. This, aside from making it yourself, you only can happen upon this or maybe find it in a fresh market. So we're gonna get some pak som, เจียวมะเขือเทศอันนี้สไตล์บ้านนี้หรือสไตล์หนองคายสุดยอดครับทำให้เราหิวมากครับอย่างละอันนะครับ1 2 3 4แล้วก็ปลาแล้วก็ข้าวเหนียวด้วยครับ
อันนี้ด้วยเหรอ
ครับ
โอ้ครบเลยเหรอ
ผักบางไหมอันนี้ผักบาง
ใช่
โอเคเอาผักบาง
ไม่ใช่ผักบางสิผักเสี้ยน
โอเค I don't know ผักเสี้ยนไม่รู้จักแล้วก็ผักกาดโอเค
ข้าวเหนียว
ด้วยครับสองที่นะครับคุณป้าชื่ออะไรครับ
ชื่อตายค่ะแลบบิดภาษาไทย
Okay Can you hear her She's saying rabbit ป้าตายทำตั้งแต่กี่โมงครับ
ตี 4ค่ะ
โอเคว้าวขยันแท้ชอบ
นั่งเลยค่ะ
โอเคขอบคุณครับขอบคุณที่ให้นั่งด้วยครับขอบคุณที่ให้ที่นั่งครับ Oh, this is amazing. So
when I passed earlier, she was ready to sell, but she was sitting just chatting with her friend. So when I saw the fish, actually I stopped immediately, but I could see it wasn't a restaurant. So, you know, I just basically asked the names of the dishes and waited for her. If she was going to, I waited for her to start talking to me more. And so I saw she was so friendly. I knew we had to come back and eat this fish, but also, of course, so kind. The Isan hospitality, when she saw that we are just in a car without any place to sit and eat, she got up from her spot and she is letting us eat right here at her table. And you can see she does sell some things in the house, but this is not a restaurant. This is just a very, very normal countryside family who make good use of their land, of their house. They usually have a small shop, and then she has some cooking skills, so she sells some meals for travelers on the road or for local people who know where to find it. And she just, yeah, right now, so someone else is stopping to buy a few more snacks, and of course she's laughing. What is this foreigner doing sitting at your table? So it's cool to see the town is not so big that the people don't know each other. So this is just awesome, and we are lucky. We are lucky. When I passed maybe 20 minutes ago, she had a dozen fish there. Now there are only 3. So we were lucky. Oh, another one is going right now. Cool. สวัสดีครับ กินข้าวไปกินข้าวไปยังครับกินข้าวเหนียวเป็นเจลของคุณป้าแล้วก็ทำให้เราหิวมากครับเจลเขาทานเป็นด้วยเหรอครับเป็นแต่ไม่ได้กินตั้งนานครับเขาอยู่นานทุกไทยซะครับจำงานเป็นยูเดี๋ยวก็จะพูดภาษาลาวละ She even reminds me of my friend's mother. Oh, actually, these were the fish that we are eating. This is a tapian. Thank you so much. Wow. Bye. น้ำด้วย I only asked her if we could eat, and she clears the table, makes everything just so nice. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So we have the perfect riverside breakfast. The Thai-Laos border is a few kilometers that way, the Friendship Bridge, and we are along the road to Bungan. We are outside of the downtown of Nong Khai, but we are still in the central district. So it's about a 10-minute drive to get into the city proper. But anyways, we are definitely close to the countryside. When the vehicles finish passing, it's the morning, so there's kind of some traffic on the road. But as we eat, you'll see, whenever there's no vehicles, it is just silent, peaceful. We're in the countryside. This is a good day. Let's eat. So she is so nice. She immediately served us just like, I don't know, like one of her friends or family. This is the Isan hospitality. I love this. I love this. We are so lucky to be here. Dear Lord, bless our new friends through us. Help us to be patient and kind, and just thank you, God. Thank you for another good day of life. Thank you for this beautiful food. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so first, let me give you a quick run through of all you need. This container of sticky rice, you will very quickly learn to recognize this. It's basically the lunchbox of Isan, and you just reach in, you grab a handful. This can be a few bites. If you're eating with friends, maybe take off a handful and you can break it off like that for yourself. I'm going in for that tomato gel. Gel is like nampik, but it's Lao style. Oh man, that was the thing I was most excited to see. I love these. So obviously, it is tomatoey. And then there's onions in there, but then the tomatoes are roasted, so the flavor is just wonderfully smoky. There is cilantro. There are chilies, of course, pounded chili, so it is going to be spicy. There's probably some fish sauce, but most of the liquid comes from the roasted tomatoes just bursting. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's like heart food for me. Maybe the chilies are also roasted and then squeezing in some lime juice. Oh, wow. Oh, the cilantro adds a nice brightness to it. And it is spicy. Oh, that is amazing. That could be a snack. Sorry, that could be a snack all on its own. Wow. Let me spoon it around so you can see a bit more. So she will steam the dry ingredients and then pound them together. The tomatoes, though, are roasted. But wow, just dip in and dip up any amount you want. Kra-Tai ครับ เจียวมะเขือแซ่บ
แซ่บอ่ะโอเคแซ่บกินให้หมดกินเยอะ
จะกินหมดแน่นอนครับ อันนี้ลาบหมูหรือลาบปลาครับ
ๆปลาค่ะ
ลาบปลาใช่ไหม Okay, that's so cool. So we have veggies, fish and fish. And that's how I like to eat too. When I do eat meat, I prefer to eat fish. And lap pa is definitely one of the dishes you will fall in love with when you visit these areas. In Vientiane, right across the border there, Mark and I had some beautiful laps and gois made with fish. And right here in Nong Khai, yeah, you can see, she made it herself. I can see a bone. Let me get that. Wow. This is so awesome. It is great being here. Oh yes, I haven't had food like this for more than a year. Oh man. Oh man. Of course, lap that is more well known is made with pork, but I might even like fish lap the most. And I remember when I first came to Thailand, I preferred catfish. Actually, it might even still be one of my favorite dishes. This is amazing. Wow. So there are herbs in there, mint and culantro, and then the pounded chilies, they're roasted, and then the fish is maybe steamed because there's not, it's like a really clean flavor. It's just awesome. And because she makes it herself, the fish is not a uniform texture. Some of it is crunchy. Oh, you know what? Or maybe she just pan fries the fish because it's not that crunchy. Yeah, I bet she just fries the fish, takes the meat off the bone herself. This is home. This is real home food right here. Wow. Another fun thing to not worry about with your friends and family is when you smile at each other and you have some sticky rice sticking to the front of your teeth. It's a good meal memory. I miss food like this. Wow. Let's try some of these vegetables and then we'll get on to the main event. So this one she called paksian, and I actually don't know what paksian is. Definitely a water vegetable. Oh, okay. And it has a little bit of boiled rice to thicken it up. So they boil the rice and then pound it, but not mush it out of recognition. It's just kind of to thicken the dish. And then this is for health, but this is also, we are in an area that is very traditional. When I first moved to Isan, one of the reasons I loved it is because of how closely the people still live to the earth. The fields that they work in and along the fields when they grow other vegetables besides rice or corn, you can just get such diversity that honestly in our modern world, most people's diet lack diversity like this. So just in one meal, look, I'm eating like 6 or 7 different green vegetables. It's just awesome, and all of them came from these surrounding lands. So, fresh, crunchy, just simple, a tiny bit sour, just so. So maybe she's only been pickling them for one day. And yeah, of course, you can eat that with sticky rice too. That is great. Okay, I will find out what haksien is. But anyways, yeah, this is fun. And then the next one over here, they just call this pak som. And this is going to be more of the entire vegetable, including the stalk, including the base, so it might even be more crunchy. And then you know what, let me taste this first. Yeah, way more sour. So this might only be salt and water, whereas this actually has vinegar in it. Oh, and these are both just classic. So you have the stalk, super crunchy, just popping. And then the leaf is still so fresh that it's not mushy. Everything just so crunchy in that dish. Yeah, and this is such a deep container of sticky rice, easily enough for both Lee and I. We might not even be able to finish that. There's so much sticky rice in there. And yes, we are eating family style, so there will be double, quadruple, 10 dipping going on, because that is what it's for. Just dip up, keep dipping. Last but not least, let's get into that fish. Wow. Okay, so the blah tapian, one of the fish that you are going to see the most common fish eaten in this area. And over the years, visiting my friend in the next province, yeah, we just ate so many of these. I love that they come straight from the river, just right there, to your plate, by way of the grill, of course. But this is like a one family, one fish. They just get a nice size fish like this, a container of sticky rice, and the whole family shares together this fish. And so this is it's a barb. The name of the fish is a barb. I think it's a silver barb, but I also remember it's in the carp family. So catfish and carp, you're just going to be learning about the huge diversity of all the different species of catfish and carp type fish coming from that river. And this is a great one. It's called a silver barb. You can see why. Oh, yeah, she grilled it. She's been grilling it. It looks perfectly done. It looks soft. I remember one thing, the batapian, you really got to watch out for bones. That's the only thing. It has a lot of sharp bones. So you're gonna need to, over the years, I've learned to navigate different fish skeletons, and the head is always one of the best parts. So up in the forehead here and in the cheeks, you have a lot of meat right there. And it is just fun to make use of every bite of meat on the whole fish. There, you see that cheek? And then the forehead also, right in there. There's going to be a bite in there. Here's where like the backbone ends. Whew. I'm going to take a bite of that. This is a fish, you got to watch out for bones. But it's fun, and in my feeling, it totally makes you respect the life of the animal much more when you have the whole animal on your plate. I really appreciate this. So the fish is going to have one bone this way, and you can kind of eat it in two separate sections. This is the easiest to access, and then the belly down here has its own fun parts, but right there, you can see what I was talking about. These, you just gotta be careful with this fish. So a lot of people will actually just deep fry the whole fish instead of grilling it like that, because then the bones are not as dangerous. But of course, you can still get nice big chunks of meat like that. Bring it over to the plate, and then that is your piece to work on for a little while. And of course, you fill it out with more dips back into the sticky rice. This thing, by the way, I've seen some massive ones of these, maybe like 3 or 4 kilos of rice, and families will just eat throughout the day. And sticky rice is so awesome how it can last like that. Oh wow, that's so good. No, I asked her though, it's a fresh fish, so that I just haven't had this in so long. It's like naturally, wonderfully sour, just a little bit, and then it's not that fatty of a fish. The meat is a little bit dry. Oh, it's so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, but there is still a bit of fat there, definitely enough to do this one. So this also helps to brush the meat away from the skeleton, you see that? So it makes it easier to see where the sharp bones are. So just give it a little brush with your sticky rice. Yeah, and then inevitably you will be licking your fingers more and more as more little bits of stickiness from the rice come to your fingers, and that is totally normal and fun.
ฟันจับโล่เหรอทีนี้
ที่มากับแฟนเช่ารถ
โอ้
แต่
ชอบ
ถ้ามาคนเดียวจะปั่น
โอ้
ตลอด
โอ้
แต่แบบนี้รถจะมีอันใจไหนประมาณอยู่ที่นี่กี่ปีแล้วครับ
ป้าเหรออยู่นี่20 กว่าปี
โอเค
อันนี้อยู่ภาคกลาง
โอเคจังหวัดครับจังหวัดอะไรครับ
อยู่อุทัยธานี
โอเคอุทัยธานีโอเคผมเคยเที่ยวบ้านไร่เคยไปแข่งจักรยานบ้านไร่สวยมากธรรมชาติก็เยอะแล้วก็ใช้เวลากี่ปีถึงจะเข้าใจภาษาอีสานครับ
ก็ฟังไปเรื่อย
จะต้อง
ๆก็
ทำทุกอย่างทำกลับบ้านทำเอง
ต้องทำการซื้อเขา
โอเค
อันนี้ทำเองหมด
อันนี้สไตล์นี่ถ้าทำได้เป็น
บางคนเขาก็ใส่น้ำปลาร้าแต่ว่าอันนี้เราไม่ได้ใส่
โอเคบีบมะนาวใส่ไหม
ไม่
โอเค
มีแต่มะเขือเทศ
เปรี้ยวจากมะเขือเทศ
ใช่
แล้วก็ย่างมะเขือ
ใช่
ย่างมะเขือ
เอามีหอมกระเทียม
อร่อยทุกอย่าง
อร่อยทุกอย่าง
อันนี้มากที่สุดชอบ I'm so happy being here. This is amazing. I miss eating like this, especially for breakfast. This is just... Whenever we would go to do camps in this area, of course, secretly, but not secretly, all of us were just waiting for the weekend so that we could go to my friend's house, and her mom would just take care of us, prepare just tables like this pretty much every morning and last all day, really. This is just a perfect meal. And you know what? Notice too how healthy this food is, right? So aside from the amount that I'm eating, because I'm eating a lot, this is going to be a big breakfast, but it is really healthy. The balances too are really good. Remember, there would be more sticky rice and then maybe the same amount of fish and multiple family members, so you get full on the sticky rice and on the pickled vegetables. The fish, it's just one fish, and everyone would share the fish together. We might actually take the other half to go and maybe get some more sticky rice later, but yeah, just want to share with you the ratios, and really it all comes back to the nampik. Nampik has been said to be the health secret to this part of the country of Thailand, and I believe it. And if you taste this one, you'll be overjoyed to learn how tasty healthy food can be. Then once you've had a few more bites of meat, it's back to the jail, and I have in this hand some fish, some sticky rice, We're gonna do a quick dip so as not to leave any residue of fish behind. Oh. That is the combo. Wow. I'm so happy we came here. So you can eat with a fork, a spoon, you can eat with your hands, but the thing is making yourself at home. This is so cool. Huge thanks to Auntie Rabbit, Kra-Tai. Huge thanks to her for making us feel at home right here. We get to experience her view right here, her morning street view. This is just so cool. And she is so friendly. She's just smiling, sometimes even like giggling with her friend, which is, again, a experience that I'm used to from years alone, being invited into situations like this. So I'm so happy I can share some of this in this video and you can be here with me. So thank you for joining. I hope I'm not making you too hungry, but we have much more actually to learn about today. It is just going to be a great day. So right now, Lee and I are going to enjoy this beautiful fish, this beautiful silver barb, and then we are going to chat with Auntie Rabbit and just enjoy the rest of this beautiful morning before getting back on the road. More to see. Okay. So, Lee, have you ever had this fish before? Do you recognize it?
I'm not sure.
ปลาตะเพียน ปลาตะเพียน
I'm not sure.
So, she is going now onto the second section of the fish. Remember, it has really sharp bones.
So salty. No. Salty.
Soft.
Soft. No.
Or salty.
Salty.
Oh, yeah. But
They
different.
fermented first.
You think so?
I think so. Even now.
The sourness, right?
And the salt.
Yeah.
They for sure fermented before.
Okay. คุณป้าครับหมักปลาตะเพียนนี้หมักก่อนย่างไหม
ใช่
อ๋อโอเคหมัก
เย็น
โอ้ใช่ไหมครับโอเค
ใส่น้ำแข็งไว้เช้าก็มาย่าง
มันเปรี้ยวอร่อยมากมากครับแล้วก็เค็มนิดนึงชอบมากครับอร่อยมากอ๋อโอเคอันนี้จะเป็นวิธีที่ดีเกี่ยวกับปลาตะเพียนหรือปลาทั่วไปทำได้
ทำได้
โอเคครับอร่อยมากครับ Okay, so I still have so much to learn. As you saw, she also comes from a culture of pickling so many things. They are just geniuses with how to preserve, and it also increases the health benefits to your gut as well. Oh yeah, try these. See how they match up with your home. Yes.
ช้อนค่ะ
That combo is so good, right?
This is so good. I miss this flavor a lot. Wow.
Gotta try this.
This is 酸菜鲍鱼
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 酸菜炒鱼 With this fried this is so good.
That's right.
酸菜鱼
You make and you put tomatoes in yours also. Yes, finally you come to this.
Wow. Spicy with sour. It's so good.
The food. I know you're still eating, but I'm just excited to hear your thoughts because Lee comes from a place not too far from where we are, but still far enough that the food is quite different. But there are so many similarities, starting with the pickledness, but also the sour and salty and spicy. Just nothing on this table is even the slightest bit sweet, but you don't miss the sugar at all, right? Like this is sour, fatty. This is just sour.
Sour is so good. I like 酸菜
And then this is smoky, sour, salty. And then this one, again, fatty and like herbal. And these are similar. Yeah, but just sweetness is the farthest thing from these dishes, but you don't miss it at all. These are amazing.
This is only fish, why?
Oh yeah, try this. One of the...
They put the egg inside?
No. Maybe the fish stomach. It's gonna have a lot of onions. And then green onions, white onions, mint, I think.
Let me feel like...
Do you think she puts pickled vegetables in this, maybe? Maybe chops up some? Okay, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. It's wonderfully moldable, malleable. You can make it into a spoon. Both the northeast and the north of Thailand eat sticky rice as the staple. Just noticed one more thing. Look at this.
The bone?
The fish is female. Look.
Oh, egg. I see egg.
Yes, look at that. Oh yeah. Like with fish roe, can you see how dry? Just with the fork, can you get a sense of the dry texture? Oh, and but dry in this case does not mean lack of flavor, because it is definitely fatty. Get some sticky rice. Oh, we're getting low. Yeah, this food is so tasty. Getting low. Get some sticky rice. Yes. Oh, wow. All those eggs. Look at that. That is rich. Like, nice bitterness too. That's awesome. And there's so much. A huge. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Oh man. This is a treat. Wow. That is so tasty. Actually, you know what? Even better. The fish meat with some skin, and then dip up some eggs, then get some sticky rice to combine with that bite. Wow, that's a big, slightly messy bite, but it's gonna be some flavor. Yes. Bit of crispiness from the fish skin. And then just pure texture, just mushy, rich, fatty goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just one rich, flavorful bite after another. It's such a privilege to be able to just sit and enjoy an entire fish, all the different parts. Because at a restaurant, you know, you might order a fillet or a fish head soup, but when you have a whole fish, everyone can pick their favorite parts, which is also fun, like with a family with a chicken in some cultures, with a fish. But it's just so, I just love fish. So I always feel so lucky when I can eat an entire fish. Yeah. Not only is it a treat, it's also just fun, because you can't really deconstruct an entire fish the first time you do it. You have to learn. Working your way through a fish is definitely requiring some learning and some knowledge of the fish anatomy. I love this fish. It is often made as a pat piao wan, sweet and sour fried fish. They will just fry the fish in its entirety, and you need a big wok for that. And just fill the pan with tomatoes, pickled vegetables, and onions, and then just let it cook together almost like a curry, but it's a huge fried dish. I got too excited. Sorry. Yeah, Patapian, the barb fish, is definitely one where you're going to have to practice patience to make your way through it safely. Wow. So, like I told you before, I did ride nearly as hard as I could for 2 hours, intentionally to build up an appetite, but I knew we were going to be in for something good today. We were just so lucky to find Auntie Rabbit on the way. But yeah, this is a very healthy meal, but I'm just saying, yeah, I ate a lot. Sticky rice, finished. The fish, almost finished. This was finished long ago. This amazing tomato dip. Wow. There's going to be some more fish in our near future, but a lot of other food as well. So, okay, I'm going to go ask Kumba. I'm going to ask her for our check, and we are going to get back on the road. Man, huge thanks again to Kumba for offering her own table. We have sat here long enough. We have been guests here for a while. This is just so cool, so relaxing. Definitely in the spirit of this area for sure.
This is more. What is that?
2 คนเท่าไหร่ครับ
150 ค่ะ 150 น้ำด้วย2 ตัว
ต้มข้าวคนนั้นกับข้าวปลาเท่าไหร่
ปลา70
นี่ชิบตัวใหญ่
แต่จิ๊บก็ได้ ตุ้ย
หรือนึกไม่ออกแล้ว
นึกไม่ออก
ภาษาอีสานจะมีคำศัพท์สำหรับคำสุดท้ายของอาหารที่อร่อยมากจำไม่ได้แล้ว
จำไม่ได้แล้ว
แล้วก็อีสานที่เขาใช้กันที่นี่น่าจะต่างกันกับอีสานแถวสารคาม
คล้ายๆกัน
โอเคเข้าใจกันแน่นอนแต่น่าจะมีสำเนียงพิเศษ
ใช่
She is amazing. She only asked us for 150 baht. I can't even believe it. I actually thought at first she was saying the price of just the fish. She said no, all of it. And we even had 2 bottles of water.
ขอให้โชคดีด้วยครับแล้วก็ถ้ามาแถวนี้เจอกันใหม่ด้วยครับ
ตรงนี้นะคะ ขอบคุณค่ะทานไหมคะนี่ไม่ทานเหรอ ขอบคุณค่ะ
ทำให้เราดีใจมาก
ค่ะ
แล้วก็
มาแวะได้
โอเค nice to meet you ยินดีจะได้รู้จักกับป้า
สวัสดีค่ะ
ขอให้มีความสุขกันนี้ด้วย
ค่ะ สวัสดีปีใหม่ล่วงหน้า
โอ้ยใช่
Happy New Year
You can learn some perfectly usable Thai language. Sawaddi Pi Mai. Happy New Year.
and she said in English oh yeah Happy New Year
โอเค
cool nice to meet you ครับเพื่อนมาด้วยกันน้องสาว
พี่สาว
โอเคครับสวัสดีครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
thank you อาจจะเจอกันใหม่ครับป้า
ค่ะ
บรรยากาศที่นี่ดีมากๆครับ
That is just a perfect scene. Okay, let me give you just the scene right now that I rode up to this morning when I rode past. You can see under the palm, she has a palm here. It's not a coconut palm. She has a palm in front. And then I just noticed she has maybe 30 or 40 species of plants growing right here. It just, yeah. These are the kind of things that I look for in the countryside, and I got a good feeling of this place, and look at that. What a beautiful meal. Okay, let's go.